let me get this straight. You get a hand knitted scarf and you put it on a snowman that could possibly melt by morning, and then he just happens to have a six pack and you fall in love? Stay tuned. Haire, we are going to be reviewing Hot Frosty. I'm sorry, is that the name? I thought it was like a new drinks at Starbucks. I did put this up prematurely in the background. I know it's not Christmas yet, but I'm soft launching Christmas. So that's it. This movie is on Netflix. Thank you guys again for how much support you're giving me, and look forward to, I have something really special for Vlogmas 2024. I'm going to put in more effort this year, even though I say that each time, but this time I think we got it this time. All right, so let's begin the movie. First things first, we have Gretchen Wiener from Mean Girls. Basically, she's the owner of a diner. Her house is like unkept and not taken care of, which at first I was just like, how do you have money to get a house that big on a diner manager salary? But that's the accounting side. I'm sorry. Anyway, so afterwards, basically, her friend, I don't know if she's like a family member, but it's a small town, and basically she gives her the scarf. She says, sometimes you have to be out to be open, or something along those lines. I was like, all right, girl. Like, I'm sorry, but it comes to find out that later on, we find out that her, she was living there with her husband, who unfortunately, went away for a long time because of a medical issue. I can't say certain words because YouTube will block my page. But so basically she's getting mad that she didn't get over her husband yet. I don't know, like if I was married to a husband and something happened to him, like this little scarf ain't gonna do nothing, but I digress. Anyway, so she puts it on the snowman, the hottest one. I was like, how come she didn't put it on, all these snowman sizes matter. You put it on the six pack, huh? So she puts it on this six pack, Greek god, pretty much. And then for some reason the magic's quick in this movie. So 20 seconds later, he turns into a real man. He has a scene where he has no clothes on, and the mature ladies of the town are loving it. He gets overall, it says Jack, like Jack Frost. I hope y'all got that reference. They're trying so hard with this movie not be cheesy, but it ends up high on cheese, and I'm lactose intolerant. So basically afterwards, so he ends up fighting her. He's like, you put it on me and I came alive, and da-da-da. So he pretty much is golden retriever vibes. He says, I love you a lot. And then I have one here too, goes around fixing lights in cars. Like there's like a scene where one of the mature ladies, like she was like, hey, come fix the light at my house, which I thought it was something else, but that shows that I'm a grown-up. But he literally comes and fixes the light at her house. And so she's like, oh, there's a school dance that needs help with light fixtures. All this is funded by Pretty Privilege. I'm sorry. And so anyway, so they have a Pretty Woman montage where she basically takes them shopping. And then there's a moment that mimics when, in Pretty Woman with Julia Roberts. Please tell me you've seen that movie. Basically the time where like there's a necklace and he closed it to like scare her, and she does it similar like with their snowman cufflinks. They're trying, baby. And so they closed it on his hand, blah blah. So at the school dance, he's a chaperone because people trust good looking people, and so he's there as a chaperone with all these minors that he does not know. And so afterwards they end up going outside, and so they almost kiss, but then he's just like, I can't kiss you because I don't want you to feel abandoned again, because somehow he has grown a conscience in the last 3 days. Besides love bombing her, he is now caring for her now. So basically Christmas Eve, they find out that it's him from a camera from an ATM, and basically they all put their money up because the sheriff is trying to do his job. And so he's like, no, I'm not gonna have his camera out. So he changes his mind, and then he is free. He starts melting because he's hot in there. So towards the end, they take him out into the snow, and she kisses him, I guess true love's kiss, and he ends up waking up, and he's just like, I love you, and then she kisses him, blah blah, and then they end up, because he's human because she kissed him somehow. Sorry, I'm not trying to be a sinner, I'm not trying to be a Scrooge, but maybe. Anyway, so she kissed him, he's a human now. She's like, remember that Hawaii trip you wanted to go to? We're going, because somehow I found $6,000 average Hawaii trip to go to Hawaii. Let's go. And that ends the movie, and it ends it like that's pretty much it. So my rating for this movie, you gotta understand, I'm not a cynic. Like, I love a good cheesy movie. Stop it. Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but no means no. Okay. I'm gonna go on the cons. I'm gonna spend the last 5 minutes doing the pros. Okay, the cons list is very long. First things first, how'd y'all know he was gonna speak English? I don't know about y'all, but maybe because I know how hard it is to learn English. I'm telling you this, like the fact that he speaks perfect English, he can read and write. That was definitely giving me like what is happening. And then the next part was like, there's a part in the movie. Like I said, you guys gotta go see the movie. It's on Netflix. You're already paying for it. You might as well watch it. There's a part in the movie where he goes downstairs and invades her privacy and just reads the medical record, hip hip hippa. Reads her medical records, reads the records about like why her husband's not here anymore, he's on a different plane. And he's just like, yeah, when I was looking in those files that I wasn't authorized to look in, I found that what's this CANCER word? What's that? I was like, it's called mind your business. The fact that she didn't come to blows with him, I'm sorry, but sorry, Frosty the Snowman. If you're gonna be in my house minding my business, like, and I'm a widow, like, you're like, I would have threw you out. Speaking of throw out, yeah, he would have never made it into the house. Like, I want y'all to know, pretty privilege is at play. You're trying to tell me if he was average looking, you would allow him in your house? Like any other time, this actually sounds like a horror movie. Like, random stranger wears scarf that I left on the bench and he's now in my house. This is not romantic. Okay? And I've called the FBI. I have on here that thank God he's a golden retriever and not obsessed to insanity, because at one point it's just like he kept saying, I love you, I love you, I love you. And I was just like, this is not, maybe because I'm a person that I'm very big on genuinity. Like, someone love bombing will never work. I know I'm a Leo and people be saying Leos love themselves. It's true. But love bombing never works because I want to make sure that you're not just doing this just to do it. And you got to compete with me. I love me some Claire. But I was really confused on why he was not thrown out the house. Like, why are you, this is a stranger. He's like, now I see why back in the day, certain people were life because they were not paying attention. Red flags, red flag. I have on here too is somehow in 2 weeks they fell in love. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like Love is Blind. I just was not buying that she all of a sudden fell in love with him because she was like, you know what, you were what I needed. I was just like, I don't know, like, I was married to a man for a good amount of time. Like, it would take me at least minimum, sorry, it's still 85 degrees in Florida. I'm sweating. I'm sweating in this outfit. It's still unbelievable that you can fall in love that quickly when you are a widow and it's only been 2 weeks. Like, I literally wrote down unbelievable that somehow 2 weeks you can fall in love with this guy who already loved you already. And it wasn't even love and based in anything. You don't know anything about me. Like, that wouldn't incite me to be like, this person loves me. I was like, you don't know anything about me though. Like, how are you gonna sit here and come to my face and be like, oh, I love this person? No, you don't. You don't know that I eat snacks or I don't share my covers. Like, you don't know anything. Like, that was almost unbelievable. And then another thing too is just that all the clothes just fitting. And then the money, my final point before I get into the pros, I don't think I'm just this mean person. My final point was my final point for the cons is like, where she gets the money from? Unless I'm assuming, like, no offense, but how much chemotherapy, between the chemotherapy and the diner, I don't know where, like, I'm not saying as an accountant I would have gave a red flag, but I would have called my friends the IRS up and really started checking stuff, because how can you afford a $6,000 trip to Hawaii? He has no job, so he's another mouth to feed. And then she took him to a Pretty Woman montage with the suits. Like, where are you getting some money from? Like, one suit for my brother's wedding, like, their suits cost $200. like I just don't know where is the money coming from. And she bought him several bags of suits. Like, I was like, you just spent $1,000. That's why I was wild when they asked for bail to let him out of the jail. It was 2000. I was like, "Little mama, apparently you got that. The Christmas magic. Apparently you got it. I don't know where you get it from." All right, so the pros is Gretchen Wieners. I know this actress's name, but it was really nice to see that. There's actually a reference to that she says. It shows when I think it was when she lost her memory. When Lindsay Lohan lost her memory, and basically it was showing on TV, and she's like, "Oh, that looks like a girl I used to go to high school with." It was basically an inference to Mean Girls. I love when Netflix does that. I don't know if it's because they're just like, "Okay, we already got your W, we already got your W-9. Might as well put you on in the film." I don't know, but I thought that was really, really cute that they referenced that. I love the fact that all the Mean Girls parentheses. I love that all of them still have like fostering careers. Rachel McAdams, Amanda Seyfried. I cannot remember Gretchen Wieners' real name. Dang it, I feel like a horrible person. I really do. That's not fetch at all. But I thought that was really cute. Another pro was the fact that it is starting to slowly get me in the Christmas spirit. I know I sound like a cynic earlier, but it is starting to get me in the Christmas spirit, like these cheesy, corny movies. The magic of the scarf, I thought that was a good twist. Like, we need to start bringing back magic into Disney movies, because I feel like sometimes it's very easy to just have the magic parts, only in kids movies. I was like, I want to see a little twist, I want to see a little twist. But I think those were the only pros. They picked an amazing Jack Frost. I mean, whatever, Mr. Snowman, like his face card's insane, body's insanity. So, they did their thing with that. But it's just like overall with the movie, I am glad it's on Netflix. Okay, I'm glad it wasn't a theater movie. Like, that's what we really need to talk about, is like, what movies do you guys consider a theater movie? Like, for example, Santa Claus, all the Santa Clauses, those are theater movies, okay? Those are like theater movies that I'm just like, okay, we gotta go buy the ticket, we gotta go right now. Those are like theater movies. This was more like I could see it becoming almost like, I'm sweating, y'all, 1 second. Oh, I needed that. Sorry. But I can see it being like a cult classic because, like I said, it's free on Netflix. You paid for it already. Might as well watch it. But yeah, I don't know. I can never see it being a cult classic. I like the fact that the reference to Jack Frost. It was a movie with Michael Keaton. If you guys don't remember it, I see how old I am compared to y'all. Because when that first came out, that was lit. I was like, that was lit. But I like how it was a reference to that. The CGI didn't look too bad at first. If you look again, because like I said, like I give credit. If you look again, when he first transforms, like his skin's almost still glacial. So like his ab lines are like blue. Like I like little, like when I catch the fact that it said Jack Frost, like Hot Frosty. I know we're supposed to be not talking about cons, but the name sounds like a Starbucks drink from their secret menu. Can I get the Hot Frosty? Thank you. Like, that's what it sounds like, baby. I thought there like other possible names before I close out. Other possible names they could have said, the Frostman who loved me. Okay. What else we got? The Frostman who loved me. In love with snow. The scarf. Like, baby, just text me. Like, I could give you guys some options to rename it, but definitely the Frostman who loved me definitely would have gave like, oh, Hot Frosty is just like, this is a Starbucks drink. This is a Starbucks drink. But thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to subscribe and share. It's Claire here.